Hello. Hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving. Uh, so I I've never really had any big issues with my parents. If you or anyone who's watched any of my videos couldn't guess, I was not exactly a troublemaker when I was a kid. Uh, in, in fact, if I were to say anything about them, I kind of wish maybe they had taken a little more interest in what I did. I guess they kind of felt because I didn't get into trouble, they kind of left me alone and didn't realize some of the issues I did have. But anyway, so I guess I'll just give my thoughts on how I think you should deal with parents. What I want to start with was actually a lecture I listened to a while back, actually talking about why teenagers are different from adults in general. They were talking about the way the brain develops, that the part of the brain that uh, I guess makes you take risks, and the pleasure centers of the brain develop faster than the part of the brain that uh, has impulse control and planning ahead. So a lot of times people in that teenage years, maybe even early 20s, they say are more likely to take risks without, I guess, thinking about the consequences. I mean, if they sat back and thought about it, they know what they're doing might not be the smartest thing in the world, but they tend to not care. They say it tends to have a more of an effect when they are with their friends. But I actually say there is a good part to this, that taking risks is actually a good thing. It helps you develop in certain ways and learn a lot of stuff, but you don't want them to be dangerous risks. So I am going to come at this from the point of a parent who is looking out for your well-being, as I think most are. I know there are some parents out there who probably aren't, but and I think that's the way most people, when dealing with their parents, have to realize that they are looking out for your well-being. Sometimes they may be overprotective. I always feel that probably one of the best things to do is, as Trisha said in her video, be respectful of your parents. Have a logical argument and listen to theirs. If you're going to come to a compromise, and I also believe in being as honest as possible. I understand people probably don't want to tell their parents everything, but if you want to gain trust from your parents, you have to be honest. If you know you're going out to a party and there's going to be alcohol and you're going to drink, don't say I'm going to a pizza party with a couple of friends. We're just gonna have some sodas and then come home wasted. Maybe be honest. Say I don't know, or semi-honest. Say I don't know if there'll be alcohol there. If there is, I might have a drink or two, but I won't drive or get in the car with anyone who was drinking. Most parents will either give you money for a cab or say, them will say, call if you had anything to drink, call me. I just want to make sure you get home safe. don't drive home. And a lot of times they won't even ask any questions if you call them. But don't say I'm just gonna have a drink or two, or there's not going to be a drink, and you come home totally wasted. That's how you lose their trust. I was not a party when I was younger, but I remember going to one. I had a friend who was in a few plays, and I went to see one with him and went to a party afterwards. And I told my mother I was going out, and she didn't give me a curfew. I guess she trusted me, and I got home and I kind of tried to get in quietly, because it was late. I didn't want to wake anyone up. And my mother was waiting up for me, and she's like, "Do you know how late it is?" I made the point that she said it didn't matter what time I got home. And very quickly after, she was bad for 30 seconds, and she realized that you know, I hadn't done anything wrong. I was perfectly sober. If there was any alcohol at the party, I wasn't aware of it. Not a drinker anyway. So I think being honest, I know a lot of people feel their parents don't understand what they're going through. A lot of times they do, and that's why they're overprotective. They don't want you to make mistakes they've made, but also a lot of times they don't. They, come from a different generation. I just say, speaking myself, I'm not a parent, but old enough to be the parent of probably some of the people watching this. The world has changed a lot in the last 20 years or so. And there are so many other avenues where you can, I guess, get into trouble or access to stuff that they didn't have, and it's more concern for them. And I guess the thing I would say is, when you get older, if you want to take your life in a direction your parents aren't really happy with, gonna come out with a good reason why you are going where you want to go. Maybe your parents feel what your career path doesn't seem financially responsible, but you'd rather make less money but not be miserable going to work every day or something like that. You want to respect your parent, but once you're adult, it is your life and your decision. So I guess that's just a few of my thoughts on ways to deal with your parents, and just realize that at the end of the day, most parents have your best interest at heart, and they want to keep you safe. And especially at a younger age, the decisions you make then can have a big effect on the rest of your life. Obviously, something stupid like drinking and driving can kill you, but even you get into stuff that, whether it's friends that lead you down a bad path, or a drug habit that you can't kick, or something, they just want to keep you on the right path, and they're probably just looking out for you. All right, so just a few of my thoughts. So, and thanks for listening. Bye.